What's going on? It's Trending Story. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
Today we want to share with you the story of a very strong and cheerful dog named Maria. Once volunteers brought her to one of the rescue centers located in Granada, Spain. The dog was in such a state that it was impossible to look at it without tears and pain in the heart. For the employees of the center, it was not even clear what the poor animal was holding in its paws. But this did not last long, and soon the dog fell to the ground, unable to stand up anymore. Maria was exhausted to such an extent that by looking at her, all her bones could be counted. It's not surprising that the internal organs of the animal began to fail and the condition of the dog worsened every day. Some of the employees of a rescue center have already refused to believe that Maria can be helped and just shrug. However, the owner of the institution, Eduardo Rodriguez, completely disagreed with this opinion and even did not allow the thought that it was already impossible to help. He personally took up the rehabilitation of Maria and firmly decided by all means to put the dog on all four legs and not just deliver, but return it to a full-fledged life absolutely healthy and cheerful. It took Eduardo Rodriguez almost a few months for Maria to change beyond recognition. And I want to note that Eduardo is not at all a veterinarian and not a specialist in recovery and rehabilitation. He's just a man with a big and kind heart. The dog's recovery caused a stunning reaction from me, says Rodriguez. One of the veterinarians even repeated several times that any other dog would have died long ago, because at that stage of exhaustion, and besides, when the organs began to refuse the body's work, it's almost impossible to return the animal to a full life. Yes, it's impossible, but not this time. Her desire to live, that's what the miracle really did. It's thanks to this desire that we're now inseparable. Further, says the new best friend and boss of the happy and cheerful Maria. When I saw Maria exhausted but so eager to live, at that very moment I realized that I would do everything in my power to keep this dog alive. And that's exactly what happened. Leaving the room, he simply stroked the dog. After a second, the man rushed for help. Indeed, the desire to live is exactly where life begins. The example of Maria is an example for all of us. We need to love life, take care of ourselves and people close to us. And of course, help those who need our help. It would save the world. It will save us. Animals have a special place in human life because they accompany them wherever they go, as they were a source of sustenance and a main food for them. And animals also have many blessings for a person, as he moves from place to another carried on her back, and he eats from her flesh and dresses from her wool, drinks from her milk, and helps him in the work related to the land. Therefore, we're obligated to be kind to it. And animal welfare is considered one of the great and virtuous qualities that characterize a human being, as it's considered a manifestation of mercy and charity and positive behaviors. The human being is required to be kind to the animal, to take care of him, find him shelter, feed him, and prevent his harm, and understand his requirements and treatment as a good teacher, as animals are of great importance in a person's life. Animal welfare is considered very important from an ethical side, in addition to the role it plays in building a more efficient animal society.